New save, Football Manager 21 full game release save. Hertha Berlin was a great save, especially for a beta save, but we have no challenges. And today we are starting in Rennes. Never managed in France before, and I decided, you know what, let me take a look at some French teams, and well, Rennes just really stood out. Media prediction is 5th. Of course, in Hertha Berlin we were predicted 3rd, but as we've seen from previous times before and other various saves and such like that, the media prediction doesn't actually mean all too much to me. Hertha Berlin's was 3rd, and in various saves they finished mid or bottom table. Nonetheless, as Rennes, we are going to be trying to challenge for the title and in various competitions as well. Looking at their history too, they have never won the Ligue 1 title. They've won the French Cup a couple times, their domestic cup and such, but they never won the Ligue 1 title, and they've never won a European title as well. We're here to try and change that. This is what my staff thinks is our starting 11, or at least our best players as well. Of course, the main player that we're going to try and keep here from time and time again, Kamavinga. He only has 1 more year left on his contract, or I believe it's actually 2 years. It ends in 2022. So we're going to be trying to get him to sign a new contract ASAP. Just going to try and give him all the money, just keep him here. He's going to be the core of this team. Of course, we also have Grenier, very experienced and, you know, still somewhat young defender as well, but pretty good stats, so he'll definitely be a big help. So it looks like the Rennes board wants us to develop players using the club's youth system that's desired. We are required to work within the wage budget, maintain the club's global reputation. We're also required to be competitive in the Champions League and finish top half in Ligue 1. So they're not telling us that we have to finish in the top 4, but the top half, which is nice. It's a nice basis to start on. We also have to reach the semi-final as a minimum. That's preferred, so if we don't, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it really help us out as well. And we're also going to be trying to develop the best youth system in the country. For season afterwards, we're going to be working towards the Europa League, and then also continue developing the best youth system and everything like that, and just continue to do that until we also start making the Champions League as well. So it looks like Rennes have already spent 69 million this transfer window. And if we go over to their transfers, they brought in players like Martine, which is a very good winger and whatnot. I've seen him do pretty well in other saves, so I'm happy to have him along. We also spent a good amount of money on Jeremy Doku. I believe he's a wonder kid, so it'll be really nice to have him. We have Rugani on loan. I'll take that. You know, it's a lone center back. We need some players anyways. We also bought Gomes, who doesn't look like a bad keeper as well. He's only 26 years old, so he has plenty of time, but he doesn't look like he's gonna be getting any better anytime soon, so we might start looking for someone who can actually here, let me go to Gomes. He doesn't look like he's gonna be getting better anytime soon. That is, looks like he's already reached his potential for the most part. He's on a pretty low budget, to be fair, 14.75k a week. However, we're gonna be seeing if we can get one special goalkeeper to, you know, start, you know, competing with Gomes in between the sticks. So here is the tactic I created. We're gonna go with the 4-2-3-1, try this out for a bit and just kind of see how it goes and everything. Similar formation to what we used in Hertha Berlin, but we didn't use it all that much, so I really want to try it out in full in our new save. Plus we have some decent players who can do that. I do plan on buying some people, trying to bring some people in as well, because for example Martine, Jonas Martine, he's 30 years old. He's French, which is good, but he's 30 years old. Seems all good all around and everything, but I just don't know if I want a 30-year-old. So anyone that's kind of, you know, maybe 28 and older, I kind of want to get rid of. It's mainly Martin. I think there's 1 or 2 other older players, but it should be okay. So looking at our squad, these players are the players that we're probably going to want to get rid of very, very soon. Celine, he's probably going to be going. I'd rather get a different keeper in that can at least be on the bench, start and do some cup competition stuff. Damien De Silva, he's a decent center back. He's decent, but not all too great. He has good for just being a central defender, but when it comes to being a ball playing defender, he's not exactly ideal, but we can always keep him around if we need to. Steven Nzanzi, he's on a loan right now. He's on a loan from Roma, so don't know how much we're actually going to use him, but he'll be good for versatility and just being having a sub and such like that. I already told you about Jonas Martine, Clement, Grenier. DM, he's also a midfielder. He can also play as an advanced playmaker, which is kind of interesting, but I think we'll use him as a sub, mainly as a deep lying playmaker, defend. Tackling, not that great, especially for having a center defender. I mean, a central defensive midfielder, so it's kind of interesting. And then Amari Traore, pretty good right back, but we're going to try and see within maybe a season or two, a couple windows go through if we can bring in any new right back. In between episodes, I'll figure out all the staff, just like I did in Hertha Berlin. We'll be hiring a bunch of new staff in between the episodes and stuff like that, so we're fully equipped there. By the looks of things though, there's a few places I want to see if we can start improving right away. One of those places is possibly the striker position. We have lots of players that can play there, however, they're all 3 stars. I would like to get someone who's a bit better. Same with our attacking midfielder. Like I said, Jonas Martine, he's 30 years old, so I want to be able to see if we can get a more prolific and proficient and younger attacking midfielder. And then our wide areas for our defender left and defender right, not exactly the best in terms of depth, so I'm going to see if we can pick up one player specifically, possibly Aaron Hickey, to play on either side. If not, we'll see if we can just pick someone up for cover. Well, that team meeting turned out to actually go pretty well. Hanu just got an injury as well. He's going to be out for 4 to 7 weeks, which isn't ideal. He was going to be probably one of our top strikers as well, especially on his 3.5 stars. And I mean, his stats are pretty decent too. I mean, he's 26 years old, so it's not too bad and everything, but I much would have preferred him over Garassi. However, we'll see if we can do anything about that in the transfer window, see if we can bring in more players, because as of right now, we have 3 injuries, and that only fills up these 3 slots for our friendlies in the USA. So we'll be doing some work in the transfer window. I have some players that I'm already trying to get, of course. Martin van de Voort, great goalkeeper, great potential. Yusuf Demir, see if we can get him as well. Possibly he could play up top for us, but also be an option in our attacking midfield. And then there's a couple other players I'm scouting right now. And this is the look of the players that are at least scouting right now. Of course, we're going to try again to get Conchalo Ramos, because he's just such a great player. Lazaro, we're going to be checking out to see maybe if he wants to come to the club as well. We got to get our Lord and Savior, Andrea Pepetti. We have to at some point, so we're going to be trying to see if we can get him as well. Josko Gvardiol, my bad. We'll see if we can get him as well. I don't think we will, since he's also on loan at Dinamo Zagreb, even though he's contracted technically to RB Leipzig, but we'll see what his interest is as well. For the most part though, looking at Rennes, they're usually around the top table or top half of the table and whatnot. They had this little low point in the 2012-13 season, and then they started to kind of, you know, go up a bit, had a 1 drop off, and then they finished 3rd. Then again, of course, the competition did not complete, so there's still games to be played. However, that was big for Rennes. So we're going to see if we can try and keep up this momentum that they've built up over the past 10 years or so, and keep trying to climb up to the top part of the table, and hopefully always finish in the Champions League spaces. If you're wondering as well, we started around, I think, 13 million in the transfer budget, but I adjusted it, so now we have about 9 with some available wage budget, because at that point it was 0. So along with that, Yusuf Demir, they wanted a crap ton of money for him. So as of right now, I'm just kind of gonna reject it, because I think they wanted like 40 something million for him. No way that's gonna happen from us. In between episodes though, like I said, we're gonna try and sign some players, so we're also good depth wise. Also sign new staff as well, so we can kind of get our coaching up to par with everyone else in the league, and maybe we might have to let some staff members go. I remember seeing one scout, for example, his adaptability is 13, but his judging player ability is 5 and player potential is 4. That's absolute trash. So we're gonna see if we can try to get him out just as soon as possible. He's wasting a scout space. I'd rather just see if we can get rid of him as soon as possible, just pay him off and whatnot. But yes, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button below. Next episode we'll actually be starting the league. In between episodes, I'm gonna go through all the friendlies and stuff like that, see if we can get any transfers in, and of course I'll update all that with you in the beginning of next episode. If you guys have any advice or maybe some tactic advice, whether it's, you know, just maybe playing a player in a different role and I actually just change formation, or maybe you guys want me to actually sign some different players as well, keep an eye on a certain player as well, let me know down in the comments below. I'm ideally trying to go for lots of French players as well, see if we can just keep that requirement just, you know, as high as possible, because they're always going to require French players to be in the squad for the league, but also for the Champions League, and those registration requirements can get really tedious and annoying sometimes, so French players are going to be ideal. Of course, I hope you guys do enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.